Hi, good morning everyone. This is Liz Davis. I am a nutritionist and I specialise in digestive health for busy women. So I help busy women fix their IBS, bloating, painful digestion, reflux, heartburn, etc. Any kind of related hormone problems and chronic fatigue and so on. And I do this with state-of-the-art testing, hormone testing, gut testing, supplementation, lifestyle upgrades, etc. to bring things nicely back into balance for you and get you feeling as you should do again. So sweeteners, are they actually the answer you need if you're trying to overcome a sugar, like sugar cravings and so on, and beat that sugar addiction? Well, sometimes yes, some of them are, there's a few that I would recommend that can be useful, but for the most part they can cause quite a lot of problems, particularly if you're someone who does suffer with their digestive health, if you've got a bit of a sensitive digestive system for whatever reason. There are a few that you really need to be looking out for. So first up then, when you have an artificial sweetener, your body essentially is preparing itself to receive some very sweet, high carb food. So it goes through the same motions as if that was going to happen. So it secretes insulin, for example. So it's the insulin release anyway that is what is going to lead to weight gain. So it's the insulin going up and down. So when you have a sweetener, your body's all prepared for this sweet food to arrive. It never arrives, and the insulin is secreted and your body gets into a bit of a frenzy. It doesn't really know what's going on. So the upshot of that is that it's going to make you probably crave sweet food even more because it didn't get the calories and things that it was expecting, and it can send your system into a bit of a tiz. So the other thing is as well, it's when your blood sugar drops off, that's when you can feel quite anxious as well. So you get anxious, you start craving, and this is how the cycle goes on. So it's not to say that there are some sweeteners that are helpful. There absolutely are. I'll come on to that in just a second. But with the kind of products you get like yogurts or, 0-calorie drinks, this, that and the other, they are highly likely to be containing some artificial sweeteners, which are not going to be particularly good for you for that reason. And also because they can be quite inflammatory as well. They can cause inflammation in the gut. So if you have IBS, IBD or whatever, there may be a degree of inflammation going on anyway, and you definitely don't want to be adding to that because it can make you feel a lot worse. So this is probably why artificial sweeteners have been linked to conditions such as type 2 diabetes, obesity, metabolic syndrome and so on. And they can also increase arterial plaque as well, which of course all these things we want to be avoiding. So when you're buying anything like low-fat products, so low-fat yogurts, 0-calorie drinks, all that kind of thing, check the labels, make sure there's nothing in there that's saying anything like aspartame, NutraSweet, saccharin, sucralose and so on. Those are all artificial sweeteners and they're likely to be causing problems for you. So with aspartame particularly, it can be really problematic because it's been associated with things like headaches and dizziness and all those awful symptoms. Even things like vitamins, particularly vitamins that are targeted at children particularly, can be really high in sweeteners, like these artificial sweeteners, just to kind of increase compliance, because it can be quite hard to get kids to take vitamins, of course. Particularly a lot of the supermarket brands will have a lot of these sweeteners in, so always check labels. So there, as I say, there are a couple that I wouldn't avoid entirely. They can be really useful, and those are stevia and xylitol. Xylitol I wouldn't go near if you have anything like IBS, because it's very high in FODMAPs and it causes digestive irritation in some people, so you can get very crampy and diarrhea, bloating and so on, so avoid that one. But stevia can be a really useful stepping stone if you're currently eating a lot of sugar and you just want a solution to overcome that issue. So stevia is probably the one that's looking to be the safest at the moment. Although I would say if you can get your body used to naturally sweet foods such as fruits. Dates are a really useful one. Dates are good for overcoming a sweet tooth. And just gradually get your body used to less sweet foods. That would be an ideal situation. Or even things like maple syrup can be handy. Honeys, things like that are useful as well to sweeten foods as well if you're doing your own baking or anything at home, just to gradually reduce reliance on very sweet foods. Okay, so I hope you found that useful. If you did, do like and share, and I shall look forward to seeing you next time. Okay, bye.